After you accomplish your lifetime dream and goal, what's next?
Olympic swimming superstar, our Michael Phelps. He's in a little bit of hot water.
Dickhead. Phelps has been arrested again for DUI.
Phelps checking into rehab.
Though there's no indication he plans to give up swimming.
The biggest thing that I always said to myself is I wanted to finish my career on my terms.
Let me ask you something that might change how you train forever. Michael Phelps trained every single day for years. Not 5 days a week. Not 6 days a week. 365 days a year. Christmas, New Year's, his birthday. When he was sick, when he was tired, when he didn't want to. Why? Because he knew something that most athletes never learn. I don't want to show up at the Olympics and wish I had trained one more day. Here's what Navy SEALs know that you don't. The same principle applies to combat, to missions, to life. You don't rise to the occasion. You fall to the level of your training. If you only train when you feel like it, you will only perform when you feel like it. And on competition day, you won't feel like it. You'll be anxious, stressed, doubtful, and you will fail. Michael Phelps and Navy SEALs share the same mindset. Training is not preparation for the event. Training is the event. The competition is just a formality. The real work happened in the 365 days before. Today, I'm going to show you how to apply the 365-day rule to your own life and how to perform under pressure, not despite your anxiety, but because of your training. Let's go *** Navy. SEAL training, there's no off season . There's no I'll get back to it next week. There's no I'll start fresh on Monday. The standard is every day, not when you feel like it. Every day. Here's what the military knows that most people never. Learn. Your performance under pressure is a direct reflection of your training when there's no pressure. If you cut corners in training, you will cut corners in combat. If you skip days when you're tired, you will fail when you're exhausted. If you only train when motivated, you will freeze when anxiety hits, because anxiety doesn't care about your excuses. Pressure doesn't care about your feelings. The operator trains when he doesn't want to, so that when the mission comes and he doesn't want to, he can still execute. Here's the military secret that will change your life. Motivation is unreliable. Discipline is reliable. Michael Phelps wasn't motivated every day. He was disciplined. Navy SEALs aren't motivated every day. They're disciplined. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. And discipline is built one day at a time. 365 days a year. No exceptions. No excuses. Asterisk. Let me break down the actual mechanism. 3 parts. Each one critical. Part 1. The anxiety inoculation. Most people think anxiety is the enemy. It's not. Lack of preparation is the enemy. When Michael Phelps stood on the blocks at the Olympics, his heart was racing. His palms were sweaty. His mind was questioning. That's anxiety. Everyone feels it. The difference is, Phelps had been there before. In training, thousands of times, he had visualized the race. He had swum the race. He had felt the anxiety, and he had performed anyway. That's anxiety inoculation. You don't eliminate anxiety. You train through it. Part 2, the repetition standard. Navy SEALs don't learn a skill once and move on. They repeat it hundreds of times, thousands of times. Until the skill becomes automatic. Until the body executes without the mind getting in the way. Under pressure, your thinking brain slows down. Your automatic brain takes over. If you haven't automated the skill, you will fail. Michael Phelps didn't think about his stroke during the race. He had done it so many times that his body knew what to do. That's the repetition standard. Part 3. The no compromise culture. In SEAL teams, there is no good enough for training. The standard in training is the same as the standard in combat, because training is the event. Combat is just the test. Michael Phelps trained on Christmas because the race didn't care what day it was. That's the no compromise culture. Asterisk. You've seen this before. In every elite performer who never choked when it mattered most. Michael Phelps, the 365-day rule. Phelps trained 365 days a year, not because he loved every day, because the standard didn't take days off. Result? 23 Olympic gold medals, the most decorated Olympian in history, he said. I don't want to look back and wish I had done more. Navy SEALs, the Hell Week standard. SEALs train in conditions that would break most people. Not because they enjoy suffering, because the mission might require suffering. Result? The most elite warriors on the planet. Kobe Bryant. The 4 a.m. standard. Kobe trained at 4 a.m. every day. Not because he felt like it. Because the standard was the standard. Result? 5 NBA championships. The Mamba mentality. David Goggins. The no days off standard. Goggins trains every day. When he's broken. When he's injured. When he doesn't want to. Result? The hardest man alive. Your life. You don't need to be an Olympian or SEAL to apply the 365-day rule. You need to stop making excuses and start training like the event matters, because it does. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You train like a hobbyist, and you perform like a hobbyist. You train when you feel like it. You skip days when you're tired. You lower the standard when no one is watching. And then you wonder why you choke. Under pressure. Here's what most men don't understand. Your anxiety is not the problem. Your lack of preparation is the problem. If you had trained 365 days a year, you wouldn't be nervous. You'd be ready, because you know deep in your bones that you had done the work. The hobbyist is nervous because he knows he cut corners. The operator's calm because he knows he didn't. That's the difference. Here's the hard truth. You are not nervous because the stakes are high. You are nervous because your training is low. Fix the training. The anxiety will follow. Asterisk, asterisk. Here's how you apply the Michael Phelps Navy SEAL mindset to your own life. 1. Eliminate off days. You don't need to train 5 hours every day. But you need to do something every day. 1 rep. 1 page. 1 minute. 1 call. The standard is daily. Not when you feel like it. 2. Train through anxiety. When you feel anxious, don't stop. Train anyway. Your brain needs to learn that anxiety is not a signal to quit. Anxiety is just a feeling. Train through it. Every time. 3. Automate your skills. Pick 1 skill that matters to your mission. Repeat it every day. 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Until you can do it in your sleep. Until your body knows what to do without your brain getting in the way. 4. Keep the same standard in training and competition. Don't have a training standard and a competition standard. The standard is the standard. It never changes. If you lower it in training, you will lower it under pressure. 5. Visualize the pressure. Michael Phelps visualized every race thousands of times, including things going wrong. You should too. Visualize the anxiety. Visualize the pressure. Visualize yourself performing anyway. This is mental rehearsal. It works. 6. Track your streak. Count the days. Don't break the chain. 30 days. 60 days. 100 days. 365 days. Each day is a brick in the fortress. Build it. Asterisk, asterisk. You now understand what Michael Phelps and Navy SEALs have in common. The 365-day rule. Train when you don't want to. Keep the standard. Automate the skill. Not because every day is exciting. Because the mission doesn't take days off. Anxiety is not the enemy. Lack of preparation is the enemy. From now on, when you feel anxious before a big event, ask yourself 1 question. Did I train like the event mattered? If yes, you have nothing to worry about. You've already done the work. If no, you know what to fix. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. Because the 365-day rule starts now. Eyes on target. Discipline forever.